What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's top three. Today, we are so excited to be checking out three new decks in the community. Not only checking out some really awesome decks, we got a deck that is not yet released yet, which is always exciting. I feel like pretty much every week now we've been coming out with decks that have not yet been released, and that's always kind of a fun little twist to all these things. But dude, I gotta say, there are some great decks in there this week.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Some fun decks.
Yes, without a doubt. You know, it's funny because when we first started doing this, we were always looking to do like themes across them. And so we'd find like three decks and they'd be like three awesome cardistry decks or magic decks or this and that. And we realized real quick that just wasn't possible across the board because there were going to be weeks where you'd never find three cardistry decks that were relatively new. So now we just look for the coolest decks that we see drop in the recent time that we've gotten our hands on and go to it. And I got to say, these are three. You know, there's some similarity between some of them, but some of them are just out there and they're great,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I like pairing up decks that have nothing to do with each other. I think it's fun. Obviously, yes, we say what order they're in to us, but whatever. It's just for fun. And I like pairing up decks that are similar or decks that are completely different.
Dude, absolutely. Because I think, you know what? At the end of the day, they're all playing cards, and that's a great thing about it. So, you ready to jump into this, Steve?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. And since, of course, I always click the wrong button here, we might as well take a word from this week's sponsor, Curio Playing Cards. Let's see just how wild the animal kingdom can get. Follow Curio Playing Cards on Instagram for more details. I'm not gonna lie at all. I had a great time recording that voiceover. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do I make this like sexy without too sexy?
Dude, you can never make anything not too sexy.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. You know directly the way to my heart here. But dude, we absolutely have some amazing decks. C-Deb coming in here off the gun, just being like, you had one job, Tyler. I'm gonna tell you, man, that one job is pressing a lot of buttons over the course of a long time, and it gets very hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm really pumped, not only for those Ink Beast decks because they look sick. And if anyone's into tattoos, definitely recommend you go check out Curio Playing Cards on Instagram. Make sure to give them a follow so you can get all the details for when those things drop. They are going to be fire. The artwork is amazing. Jamie, who is in the chat right now.
Jamie.
Awesome, dude. Look at that right there. It was too sexy, Tyler. I'm sorry, Jamie. I tried to restrain it, but I don't know what happened. I can re-record it for you later. Don't worry.
I'll make it a little more monotone. Say the name of that deck is pretty rad.
Dude, it's dope. I'm really excited for that one. So, and along that same vein, I'm just excited for this week's decks, man. You ready to pop this thing off?
Yeah, let's hit number 3, man.
All right. Coming in at number 3 this week, we have a newcomer to the Halloween market here. This has not dropped yet. It's actually going to be dropping tomorrow. If you don't know what it is yet, say hello to the Carvers V2 playing cards. Coming in at number 3 this week. This deck is printed by USPCC on their premium crush stock and is part of a 5,000 deck print run. Not only that, it is actually retailing for $12. We're still up in the air on that one. We're pretty sure it's $12. I think, Riffle Shuffle and OPC almost always retails these for $12, so I wouldn't be surprised there. Sometimes there's even a little bit of a first couple hour discount, so it might be worth checking that out. I believe they drop tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah, and I think usually they do like a 72-hour early bird that doesn't last more than an hour or two. So
the one thing I gotta say I love about this deck before we even start looking at the thing is I think when they first announced Carvers last year, especially because it was around that Halloween time, everyone was expecting it to be like a Halloween jack-o'-lantern deck. And the funny thing is about it, they just got the deck a little too late because of the COVID backups for USPCC. So this has been a long anticipated deck, and I'm really excited to check it out.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Dude, let's see this thing in action. First off, we got Carvers coming in here with a fun little package on it. And I got to say, the cool thing about this is it actually has a package for... Is the video still running?
Nope.
Oh, man, I love that right there. That's always the best.
Well, technical difficulty.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Killing me here. I wonder why the video decided not to work today. So let's see what we got.
It's Thursday.
Videos it is Thursday, and that's always the reason here. And it's funny because the nice thing is I can just switch it up here to something else and see how it goes. But Let's see. Okay, and
Look at
pause
this.
that.
Tyler on the fly, like
Yes.
lightning.
Like I said, I do have one job, C-dub, but sometimes it's a hard job. So let's see what I got here. Uh, and for
Dude,
anyone who
who's
wonders,
excited for these Carvers?
there we
Oh,
go.
let's
Let's
check
check
it
this thing
out.
out. Yeah, hopefully this plays better. All right,
Boom.
perfect. We are in action here. So I got to say, it comes with actually a really cool Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup style wrapper on it. Everything about this to me screams Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So it's
Oh
just my
yeah, for
favorite
sure.
candy.
Yeah.
And in true OPC fashion, it's a fun little tuck. You got the nutrition facts on the back. A little bit low for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They're saying 72 calories, 52 calories, I think it was. But really fun, clean, no embossing, relatively matte tuck. And then you got the true OPC double bordered background here with that black and orange. Now, for me, that was an interesting color choice here because I think black and orange are obviously Halloween colors, but that made for an interesting kind of situation with how OPC usually does their decks and the colors on the indices and pips. So you can see here that all of the number cards in the traditionally black suits are still black.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard, man. I was not expecting it, but as I'm flipping through it, I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what else they could really do with it because that kind of is the extent of Halloween colors. Maybe you
Yeah.
throw a little purple in there, but that's a little bit tough too because purple and orange is a weird combo. So
Dude, purple and orange goes good together. I like it.
I think it works well with black, but on its own, I think it would have been tough. Personally, I'm not like an artist by any stretch of the imagination, so my ability to understand colors is minimal at best. But I think that in reality, this thing really just did a great job. You know, it has that fun Halloween vibe. We see all of the court cards have fun little aspects to it. I think my favorite is actually the Jack of Spades with the Jack's head in his arms and
Yeah.
the Jack o' lantern for the head, kind of Sleepy Hollow esque. You have a double backer there and a duplicate for diamonds. The other cool thing about this being the Carvers V2 is you actually have the double border there, which we saw initially on, I think it was the Carvers V1, wasn't it?
I don't remember which one was first. I think it might have been the Carvers V1.
I
That
think it
with the
was because I
double
think it was
border.
the green and pink that
Or
gave
maybe it was
that
the
vibe
watermelon.
of the
What was
watermelon. Yeah, so that was the
Yeah,
Carvers V1 where
yeah.
you had that initial, and I remember what a big like uproar that created in the community. People being like, "Oh my god, this isn't innovative. It's just a second border on the deck," and it's like people still bought them. They sold out quick. And I got to say, it's been fun watching how OPC has kind of progressed in that capacity.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, I got to say, man, I was really excited for these, but coming in at number 3 this week, it's a solid spot for it. They did a good job. I just, after a year wait, I was hoping for a little bit something different. I honestly like I said, I love that Jack of Spades. I love how they always include all these little aspects to it. My favorite part of every single OPC deck is checking out the courts immediately. Like the first thing I run to, I'm like, all right. The other thing I noticed in this one, and I may have missed it, I didn't see any reveals.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't notice that either. But doesn't mean they're
Yeah.
not there, right?
And honestly, yeah, it may have just been I overlooked it, but like I'm so used to the Joker reveal with them, or at least like some reveal on one of the courts, and I didn't see it in my quick run through there, and I was a little bummed by that. But again, this is such a great looking deck. It's a great Halloween deck, and actually one of the first Halloween decks we're seeing for the season here. You know, as you saw in the video printed by USPCC, it handles like a dream. Fans great, spreads great. No matter what, don't take any word. Don't take my fans for the end all be all there because my fans are small and they don't always work out great. But with that in
All
mind,
little
it really
fans.
does. Yeah, dude. You know, I like little fans. So, but it works out great. The USPCC Crush stock just feels amazing in your hand. And the cool thing about it, like I said, is you actually get it with this little like wrapper here. I'm
Dude,
gonna
their
see if that can
packaging. I
focus.
just love their packaging. They
They have some
always do a good
a
job.
fun wrapper there, and it's got fun nutrition facts on the back as well. And inside of the wrapper is their pumpkin sticker, which I think is amazing. So for anyone who has not picked these up yet, well,
They
no one
don't
has picked them up yet, but for anyone who's not sure if they're going to pick them up tomorrow, definitely head over to riffleshuffle.com at 1 p.m. because they're going to be a dope drop.
I hope they don't smell like pumpkins.
Dude, nah, they smell, well, you know what? USPCC decks kind of smell a little bit like woods anyway, so it smells more like not pumpkins maybe, but
That's good they
renewable
didn't
wood.
use pumpkin oil. That's good.
Yeah, I think we're all over that one. Oh man. So, Steve, I'm excited for what's coming in at number 2 this week. This is actually a really big one for us because this is from our good friend who is just crushing it with his decks. Dude, are you ready for this?
I am. Are you
All
ready?
right. I am about to be ready. But why don't you tell us what's coming in for number 2 this week, man?
Number 2 is the Toasted playing cards by Howlin Jacks. It is printed by Sunwell Printing, and it's a print run of 1,000 decks. It is on crush stock, and it is retailing for 13.50. That's about the conversion. It's I think retailing for 10 pounds, which I think converts to about 13 to 13.50 around there.
Yeah, I think when I took a look earlier, it was like closer to like 1380 today. But again,
Yeah.
that always fluctuates. So who knows on that aspect? But dude, this is a fun one. This is actually the third release from Howlin' Jacks with
Yep.
more in the works. But I'm really excited for this one because I really, really dig the way that they've kind of touched on, the coffee aspect of it. Then you have the trash and burn. Now you have toasted. So going back a little bit to the breakfast theme on it, but dude, I also love the fact that they're using a new to the industry or new to the community printer
Yeah.
and really working hard to get that stock in a place that they love. So
Yeah, and it's really cool because, they weren't really known for their, printing of cards,
yeah,
but, Bo and Howlin' Jack, Bo and Andy, I think his name's Andy.
yeah.
They're working really closely with Sunwell trying to get their stock, kind of up to par with other manufacturers. And even from Trash and Burn to this deck, totally different.
Dude,
Huge, huge difference. I think it turned out great. And let's show 'em what it looks like.
Dude, that's just going to keep progressing. Before we even jump into this one, though, if you're out there and you have not clicked the like button yet, go smash
Shame.
that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You are not going to want to miss it here because, of course, we are also giving away we're picking the winner today for the dual face corner deck there. And I got a real special deck that's going to go out to one of the live viewers today. We have the microphone wrap. So,
Oh, that's
plus,
a good one. Look
yeah,
at that composition,
plus
dude.
my arm, plus Steve's elbow in his hoodie. So this
AJ, thank you so much.
AJ, we appreciate the support, man. There
Dude,
it is. Damn,
we should
dude, you're
try
killing it, AJ. We love you, man.
we should try to get our double faces in here on the
I don't.
on the
There we go.
video. We're mimicking
There we go. This is the deck of cards you win tonight, the corner face. But so make sure to stick around to the end to find out who this week's lucky winner is from last week's episode. One lucky live viewer is going to gain this awesome microphone deck, and then we're going to be tossing out. I don't even know what this one is yet. This one, I'm just calling this the blue sky deck. There are no Steve and my ugly mugs on this thing. There's no microphones.
Hey, speak for yourself.
You got the stars on this one. This one's going to go out to one lucky commenter who leaves a comment after the live is done and get chosen next week. So you're going to have all week to walk away with that fun deck. I got 3 decks in front of me, and I always make sure that whoever I say is getting the one with the right wrapping on it gets it. So while
So
we're at it,
hold on. Did you plan that microphone to be where it was, or did you just
nah,
happen to
dude,
be there?
I literally just wrapped the
That's
paper.
cool.
Yeah, these
And-
turned out to, yeah, this I wish I was this creative.
Dude, the composition, perfect.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, Steve. So why don't we tell these fine people about the toasted playing cards here?
Yes. As you can see, Bo, dude, so fun. Super creative, and it definitely fits his brand. You have
Yeah.
your, I mean, I guess you can say it's a burnt up, a burnt up tuck box. Simple ad copy on the bottom. And I really, really love this back design that you see on the back of the tuck. And obviously, you'll see it on the back of the cards right here. You have 4 different, I want to say firebirds, just burning up toast in the middle of the card. You have a nice circle element, which would be really cool for cardistry. I love those colors, do that brown and yellow and orange.
Dude, it really gives off that like toast vibe.
Yeah, and it feels great. It really is nice and soft. Like I said before, huge, progression since Trash and Burn. I like the little kind of, I don't know if they're like wind mocks from the wings, basically with that outer fan element. There's Bo and Andy as the Jokers.
Love it.
Dude, those characters are so funny.
I'm a little bummed that Bo isn't in the bathtub, but
Yeah,
I'll take it.
There's the Howlin' Jack, Ace of Spades. And then as you can see on the number cards, custom pips, little burnt, I guess you could say. But they're definitely got some cool kind of outer, I mean, I guess they're like toast elements on
Yeah,
either
it's kind of
side
got that
of the
like little
cot.
bit of like a worn aspect to it. It's really cool, or like I don't know, like crunchy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't. The best way to describe it, it's kind of like light toast. It's
Yeah.
it's the light version of the burnt side. But then you have for all the quarts, you have different birds that are burning different types of bread.
Dude, you know what it is? It's when you put the toast in the toaster for the first time and it pops up and you're like, oh man, this isn't done enough. Like, you got to put it back in. This is V1 toast.
Yeah, there's a bagel. That's for all my fellow Jews out there.
There
I
you
think
go.
the thing is, some of them I couldn't tell if I was upside down or if the bird was flying upside down.
I can get that. I also like the fact, though, that each of the suits has different bread types in the courts.
Yeah, and I love the pit placement on them as well. They kind of squish them in to the
Yeah.
card so you can see those outside designs, and it's just so fun. The colors are super vibrant. Oh. Dude, they're so hot I dropped it.
Oh my God. I,
You
I
have a
love it.
double
I love
back and this crazy it looks like kind of a sneak peek to what version 2 is going to be frosted.
Dude, that thing looks sick. That either means it's like knockoff Pop Tarts or like frosted mini wheats. I don't know which, but I'm
I
excited.
don't know, man. You know, you never know with Howlin Jacks. They're gonna
I'm gonna
come
have
in
to
with some crazy idea.
I'm gonna have to hit a bow right away to find out because it looks like it could be like a Pop Tart deck, and that would be amazing.
Yeah, super. I don't like Pop Tarts though, but I'm sure I'll like the deck. I'm not a fan of Pop Tarts.
But dude, honestly, I think they'll be fun. I think the way that they work it, we'll manage to enjoy the Pop Tart deck, even if you don't have to eat them. That's the great part, Steve.
That's a good point. Yeah, good
Yes.
point.
Please don't eat them. We don't encourage anyone to eat playing cards. We've seen people do it more times than I would like to admit.
Yeah,
We don't encourage
I
it.
don't know how Sunwell packing. I don't know what kind of ink they use, so I
Yes.
don't know if I'm ready to taste their cards.
Oh my gosh, man. Absolutely, absolutely do not eat them. We don't know what's in them. They will be fine. They don't taste like toast. But head on over to howlinjacks.com and pick up your toasted deck for 10 pounds or around 13.50 US. Honestly, great looking deck. I love the decks that Andy and Bo come up with because they're always so fun. I mean, they're the perfect personification of Bo.
Oh yeah, that brand is so fun. I just enjoy it. When I first saw the Ristretto deck, I was just these are fun, and the brand is just incredible to watch.
Dude, couldn't agree more. So, Steve, are we ready to announce last week's comment winner for this corner face deck?
Who's getting the corner? Who's
All
getting the
right.
corner face?
So,
Who's
I have to
getting
say,
it?
I'm really excited for this one. Hope you got your air horn ready there, Steve.
I'm always ready for the air horn.
This week's first giveaway winner getting the corner face deck is Naman Goyle, who I have to say, every week, Naman is coming out there with questions for us. And every single week, I'm responding to these questions in the comment because if for any of you out there who know, I will respond to literally every single comment.
Yep.
I love it. I love the conversation that comes from it. So if you want a chance to win on this video, go comment after the live's done. You'll see a whole option to comment down there. Just drop a comment down below. Let us know which of these 3 decks is your favorite this week. And if you want a little bit of an added bonus there, let us know what you're going to be dressing up like for Halloween this year because we're kind of getting in the mood with it. We had the Carvers. Next deck might even be a little Halloween oriented, depending on how you look at it. I'm excited for it. So,
Jackson wanted to know if we're live.
Jackson, we are live. Is this live? Jackson,
We're live, buddy.
it is live. How you doing? Is this live? It is live. I see you. But
I smell you.
I smell you. Way to not respond to your text messages. Hit us up. But that being said, stick around to the end of the live, everybody, for a chance to win the microphone mystery deck. I literally have no idea what these decks are. And for Naman Goyle out there who won this week's mystery deck, make sure you don't drop a comment. Hit us up at show@deckinaround.com. Give us your address. Let us know so we can get this deck out to you. We will be getting it out as soon as we know where you're at. And congratulations on that. We are so excited. Everyone, make sure to stick around. We are going to be telling you right now what number 1 is.
Before we do, Erica just posted the best thing on the planet. She wrote,
All right, let's go
dressing
see.
up as a tired mother of 8-month-old twins.
Erica, you win the Halloween award for this year for sure. I cannot imagine how that costume is going to turn out, but I'm sure it's going to be great. I hope you dress up your 8-month-olds like something fun as well, because this is the time. These are the first couple years where your kids have no say in what you dress them up as. So dress them up as something awesome. condiments are always a fun one. So
Ketchup.
ketchup and mustard. I've
Yeah.
seen soy sauce. I've seen them. I love it. I absolutely love it. But
Number one,
everyone,
dude. Let's do
we
it.
are coming in at number 1 this week. Number 1, this is actually a banger. This is a deck that we've actually had on the show now 2 times, I think, or 1 time. I
One
don't
time,
remember
yeah.
at this point. 1 time. I actually love this deck. I would put this in the top 3 every week if I could, but then it would just be a top 2 plus this one. So coming in at number 1 this week, we have the Room 237 playing cards from Penguin Magic. For anyone who didn't tune into our live with Kevin Rayleigh a couple weeks back, make sure to check that thing out. This deck is gorgeous, printed by USPCC on their premium crush stock and retailing for, I think, $13. This thing is part of a 2,500 deck print run. Absolutely spectacular. I love this deck. The way they went with this, with the foil on the tuck and everything about it, is just amazing.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely
I totally
amazing.
agree. They totally crushed it. I like how they used the small, small pattern rather than the big one.
Absolutely, man. They did a really great job with this thing. So let's check this thing out. So as you can see, there is shimmer all over this tuck
Oh,
box here.
Shimmer.
Perfect for Steve recording here. But honestly, we've seen a lot of Shining themed decks. For anyone who doesn't know, this deck is based on the book by Stephen King, The Shining, which was subsequently turned into a movie, which is where the pattern of the carpet comes from, which is the back design on this. But a lot of them were using very large patterns on it. You didn't get a lot in there, but obviously being a Penguin Magic deck and them loving their bee-oriented decks, their honeybees, they decided to go in a similar size with that, and I think it just crushed, dude.
Yeah, I
Foil
agree.
all over that tuck box, looks gorgeous. And then you've got this full bleed back design, which is mesmerizing.
Yeah,
Honestly, absolutely hypnotizing. Can't get enough of it.
yeah.
And
I'm not a humongous fan of full bleed decks, but I
I
really
love them.
like this one.
Being a fan of fans, I love them. And as you can see, being crushed stock, it handles like a dream there. Spreads great. Steve's fans are significantly better than mine. It looks beautiful there. I am not ashamed to admit it. Steve fans much better than me. So that's why I
Thank you,
make him do
buddy. I
most of the
appreciate that.
recording. But you have some fun jokers in here as well. You could do some really morbid changes on this joker here. You have one with the elevator from the movie, the second with the blood starting to leak out of that elevator there, and then you have this cool ace of spades where you actually see the pattern on the central pip there. Throughout the deck, you can actually see also the pattern comes through on a lot of the pips throughout, which I like. It changes up from time to time because some of them are single, some of them are double. Keeps a little bit fresh without being too overpowering. And then you actually have this progressive aspect through the deck. It's actually interesting because it starts backwards, but all of the characters kind of go through their progressive stages of
Craziness.
insanity. Yeah, of insanity basically
Yeah,
throughout the Shining story. So you can see you have the son, the wife, and the husband who slowly start to go a little more mad and get a little more frazzled looking and get a little more aggressive looking. So you saw the King of Spades, which is the end result there with the really crazy hair and the blood on his axe. And as you get through, I believe the clubs might actually have been the starting point where they're a
yeah.
little less crazy than the rest. But dude, the artwork on this deck is next level.
Dude, I love the back. The background of those court cards are my favorite. The trees,
Yeah.
the snow that is actually on the pips. You can see.
Yeah. Plus, you got the double backer and the blank face there for any magic. But I think one of the great things they did with this deck actually is on those courts, like you said, it has that background, but they removed the standard border around it. And I think one of
Yeah,
the things that did is it allowed that kind of illusion of snow to continue through. So while I did say this is kind of a Halloween deck because it can definitely be a horror movie deck, it isn't necessarily Halloween because ultimately the Shining kind of happens in the holiday season, so around Christmas, much like Die Hard, it could be a Christmas movie.
right.
So, but with that in mind, I absolutely love the way this deck turned out. I think that they went above and beyond what I think anyone was expecting for this. And coming later to the stage with a Shining deck, they had competition to overcome, and I think they did a great job with it, man.
Yeah, my one my one issue is I would have liked to have seen a little less of that pattern. It's on every single pip. It's on the aces. There's just a lot of orange in there, which obviously makes it perfect for Halloween. But I would have just liked to have seen just a little bit more in there. Maybe with the tricycle that the
Yeah.
little boy uses, or just a little bit.
Are those
I mean,
evil twins and all that?
dude, the ultimate, I mean, obviously those jokers are great, but the ultimate, you know, Jack in the door with the broken door in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been cool to throw a couple of that in there, but it's a dope deck regardless.
I think one of the big things with that though is it's such an iconic movie. There's so many things. It had to be overwhelming to choose what to actually bring to it. But dude, I think well deserved first place this week. And as always,
Patrick wanted me to clap if it's live.
there we go. There you go, Patrick. We got you, man. Where's the
Patrick,
naked old lady?
this is being recorded, Patrick.
So, Jamie, obviously it had to be a family-friendly deck being a Penguin Magic deck. So the naked old lady didn't make it into V1. Maybe she makes it into V2. That one definitely scared me. For anyone who hasn't seen the sequel, that one was crazy too. Dr. Death, I think it was.
Oh, I didn't see the sequel. There was a sequel?
Yeah, what is it?
I didn't know that.
What is it?
You can't really come up with a sequel to this movie, man.
So, dude, I'll be honest, it was amazing. Dr. Sleep, that's what it was.
It?
So yeah, it's basically 20 years later and the sun's turmoil because of all of it. It's actually phenomenal. It's really phenomenal.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. So for anyone who's looking, there you go. Sailor, you dropped it there too. Dr. Sleep. For anyone who's looking for a fun Halloween movie, definitely go check out Dr. Sleep.
That icon.
I know the thumb face. I love it. I love it. It reminds me.
I love our viewers, man. They're so awesome.
It reminds me of when you're a kid and you do like the ink stamp little like thumb people. Yeah, it's so great. So it is time to give away the microphone deck. So for everyone out there, drop a comment in the live right now. Let us know what your favorite deck this week is. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. I'm going to start scrolling through. Steve's going to tell me when to stop, and we are going to pull a lucky winner for this microphone deck here. So
yeah,
Steve, let's see how they all do here.
Start posting, yo.
Start post. Yeah, I got to make sure I don't click
says you're dreamy.
I appreciate that,
C-Dub, you win. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, listen, you can't bribe me to win. I promise you that. This is a fair choice here. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to spin it up real quick. We're going to see what everyone gets. Steve, you let me know when you're ready, man. I'm just spinning along here.
Almost ready. I'm going to let a couple more people throw in some comments in here. We got a lot coming in.
All right. Let's see how we do here.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. My eyes are tightly shut. I feel like I need a Deckin Around blindfold.
That'd be dope. All right. Ready?
All right.
Stop.
All right. Stephen Westcott, the back pops. You're right. The back does
Westcott
pop.
with the Wu-Tang.
And you are the lucky winner of the microphone mystery deck. Make sure to hit us up at show@deckinaround.com with your address. We'll be sending this deck out to you ASAP, man. Congratulations on that one. For everyone out there who tuned in, we appreciate each and every one of you. This is not your last chance to win a mystery deck. So for some lucky winner, your comment after the live is done is going to get picked for next week's first comment winner. So make sure after the live's done to come back, drop a like, and drop a comment and let us know what your favorite deck is. One lucky winner is going to win this ambiguous nighttime sky mystery deck. I don't know what's in here. I promise you it's the same wrapping paper as this. It's just not as exciting this time around. I apologize.
You never know. It might be more exciting. People might not like microphones.
The deck might be more exciting, man. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there. It's a mystery to me too. So for everyone out there, we really do appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Make sure to like, share with a friend, and subscribe. And make sure to tune in this Sunday when we're going live with Nicholas Lawrence, the amazing magician, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a dope show. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy your Thursday night.
We love you. Peace.
Peace.